Welcome to Personal Mastery Training. I'm your host, Alvin Brown, former world-class athlete turned entrepreneur and consultant. Join us as we learn from guests who have conquered their inner battles and share their journeys to success. Get ready for inspirational masterclasses and thought-provoking strategy sessions to fuel your path to personal mastery. Let's dive in. All right, welcome to another strategy episode of Personal Mastery Training. Okay, let's call this one Your Hero's Journey, the secret blueprint for mastery, personal mastery. So this one's been motivated by looking at Joseph Campbell. He wrote this diagram, he created this diagram, this path that he calls the hero's journey. And it's a diagram or a process that he thinks everybody will go through in their life. And also movies, Star Wars, and so many people, producers, have taken this same pattern, this same blueprint, and they applied it to creating movies and to best-selling box office booms have come from this, following this path. So I want to share it with you. I've been vibing on it for a long time now, decades, thinking about it, how it applies to my life. Like I do with most things, I take it and I dissect it, I chop it up, and I bring it back to you, to this idea of how do we get to mastery? How do we find a path to it? And this that I'm going to share with you right now is a great blueprint. And you can find this online, by the way. Just punch it up, Joseph Campbell, Hero's Journey. You'll see the image. I'm going to follow it with you and go along with you and tell you. And I want you, when I share it with you, to see where you're at on your path to your hero's journey and then your path to mastery. So here's how it breaks down. 1, you're in the ordinary world, like most of us. The ordinary world is this world where we just get through it. We are just getting by because we came with a lot of limited beliefs. Depends on who we were born to and the culture, the environment, the timing. Everything matters to create our mediocrity, our pull towards mediocrity. And also, we have genetically built in us this need to avoid pain and move towards pleasure. And oftentimes, pleasure is momentary, and the pain you'll go through is sometimes necessary to get to the higher ground. But humans, because of many reasons, to protect ourselves and the species, we default to the mediocrity part of life. So we start in the ordinary world. And, envision it. We're in our cubicle or on the line at the factory or the mundane jobs that some people don't like. Some people, it's good for them. Some people, they do it out of necessity, a security, a paycheck, a pension. Let's talk to those people. If you're already enjoying that lifestyle, then this is not for you. I'm a lot of those people who know in their hearts something's not right. Okay, so you're in the ordinary world, living your life, going to work 9 to 5, working towards a pension in the next 30 years, whatever that might be. But you get a call to adventure, meaning that there's something else. One of the quotes I often use when I was younger, and Nike this is where I found it. It said, "All I knew is that I didn't want to be average." I didn't know what that may even meant, but just knew it. I was meant for something else. So, the call to adventure. Most, because there is some risks, and it takes courage to answer the call. So some people refuse the call. There's a refusal. That's step 3. A refusal of the call, because it comes with risks, and you have to be vulnerable. Many refuse it. I was just talking to a client of mine yesterday about it, and in a nutshell, I said, everyone wants to be the lion until they got to do what lions do. So you refuse a call. You stay the same. However, those who want to move forward, they'll meet a mentor, read a book, go to a seminar, and they meet the mentor. It helps to push them forward. Now you're getting close. Step 5, you're getting close to that threshold where you're going to jump over into the special world, that world where this is where we vault celebrities. We call them celebrities. We vault them into this higher ranking, this pedestal, because we realize that they have the courage to go after their dreams. And sometimes I wonder, why do we pay these people? We complain about it, how much money they get, but we still buy the tickets, we fill the seats, we still do the thing. We still some people adore them. They line up, they faint, all kinds of things. Because you see, what we see is a glimpse of what we could be, in my opinion. We see a glimpse. So we honor them and we give them, because they're doing things we sometimes aren't courageous enough to do, or to stay the course, or to have the focus. So we vault them. So this special world is that place. So here we are, ordinary world, our review, ordinary world, call to adventure, refuse the call or move forward. We meet a mentor, motivates us, gives us another idea, or guides us, takes us to the threshold. We cross the threshold into the special world. But guess what? You're going to come up on a lot of tests to test your fortitude, to test your desire, to test your want of this lofty goal in the special world. It doesn't come for free. You're going to meet some allies, though, that will help you to get through. You meet more people like you, because the road gets thinner then, not as crowded. However, you will have enemies, because there's two ways you can get fame and fortune. You can work hard, work smart, move forward to it, or you can be a detractor to those people and tag yourself onto them, hate them, because there's a lot of people who will, and you can also rise being the hater. So this is why there's a benefit in it for some people. So you will meet enemies. The sixth step, you're going to get tested. You meet allies, and you're going to meet enemies. Will you turn back? You're still close to that line to go back to the ordinary world. Will you go forward? So you make the approach. You keep on stepping. You go through your battles. You feel like quitting. You're 3 feet from gold. You feel like turning back. It's uncomfortable, but you still make the approach. However, you meet upon number 8, step 8, ordeal. You go through an ordeal, the battle. In Star Wars, they meet and they battle. Any movie with adventure, you meet the enemy and the main character and you battle. There's an ordeal. Then there's a death and a rebirth. Now, death in this case could be your habits, your friends that you have that aren't taking you where you want to go, the things you read, think about. You have to change. The same person that was living in the ordinary world will never survive for long in a special world. So now you have to change. You have to let go of something. You can't take that same person with that same mindset, that same habits into this special world. It calls for another level, which is why there's not a lot of people over here. There's not a lot of people over in that special world who's taking those chances. Recently, I'm watching Beckham on Netflix. And when you hear what he goes through to even get to where he is now, most would turn back. How do you like to be hated? How do you like to be turned away? How do you like to have deep, deep challenges? Feel lonely, ostracized. But that's the ordeal. But something in you, the old you, the weaker you, has to die. And there's a rebirth of the stronger you. Once you can get through that, now you get the reward. You seize the sword. You seize the thing you went in there for. You finally sit on the top of that special place. You get the award, you get the contract, you get whatever it is, the accolades, the feedback, the positive feedback. You get the reward. Now you start to head back. Once you learn that, this is one of the reasons why I wrote a book. I learned some things after 30 years of listening to people. What are they struggling with? That's what you're struggling with. I got to share that with somebody, because I think I found the secret why you're struggling. You don't have mastery. So I seized the sword, I put it in a book, and my next book is coming out. The road back. Start heading back. Back into the ordinary world to grab more. Right? Resurrection. Return with the elixir, 11 and 12, respectively. Those are the next steps. Once you go back into the ordinary world, there's a resurrection and there's a return with the elixir, the secret, and you start to share with others. This is the thing that I don't understand with a lot of people. Here's the narrative in the typical ordinary world. Well, if it's so great, why are you sharing it? You see, that's a very selfish, limited approach. People who are successful, truly successful on all levels, not just money, spiritual success, mental success, relationship, they want to give it back. They're willing to help, but they're not going to give it to you for free. So coming up on somebody and asking for something without anything to give back is not the way to do it. They're not dumb. They're not going to just hand you money. Here you go. I made money. Let me give it to you. That doesn't teach you anything. You have to have skills, and then you can get lunches with these people. You'd be amazed at how successful people are willing to sit with somebody who they see is on the same path. They're willing to give because it's such a blessing. It's such a honor to inspire the next winner and to know that you've been a part of that. They're willing, but they're not going to be there to just hand you money. I've heard people emailing Oprah to pay their car note, to pay their mortgage. That's not quite the way. Once it's paid, what happens next? You need more. There's no skills being built. Now, if you can ask Oprah for a connection to share your skills, I think that would work. So that's a hero's journey. Go through those steps. As I said, you can go online and look this up. It's there, Joseph Campbell, right? You're going to move from the ordinary world into the special, but that special world is going to take a lot of you before you turn back. Something has to die, and then rebirth has to happen. You can't, the same mind that created a problem can't be the same mind that solves it or takes you to that next level. So you need new resources, you need new strength, you need something to get there. So if you know someone who's getting frustrated, it's getting daunting for them, share the hero's journey with them. Let's build this community. Like, subscribe, share. I'm just going to keep getting stronger, deliver the information to you, and we're going to build. I'm going to keep building. I'm going to be out here building person by person by person. And those who support me and send me messages, I see you and I appreciate you, because every so often we need to know we're doing some good stuff out there. All right. Until next time, let's get on your mastery journey. See what stage you're at. If something needs to change, something needs to die, you need to meet a mentor, a master, something, allies. You're going to have enemies. Don't worry about that. That's a given. That's a part of it. Nothing comes for free, especially if you want greatness. All right. Until next time, stay on the journey, stay on the path. You're doing good. You're 3 feet from gold. Peace and love.